This white-haired Lady Gino is a fox spirit, and she is working as a protein receiver. It looks like she is doing this because she actually needs human essence, which is protein, to survive. Well, there is no better job for her than this one. In addition, she also knew that she would not bring anyone trouble, so she is fine with her life now. By the way, there is a scene with a plus-sized guy at the beginning of the anime, but I am not going to show it here. Right after she finished her work, she could smell a familiar scent nearby. At that moment, there was a guy at the entrance of the inn. She quickly ran there and called out to him. After that, it looks like she regretted her decision. She immediately apologized to that person and told him that she mistook him for someone else. When that person walked toward her, he seemed to recognize her and called out her name. It seems like she was not mistaken after all, and she looked happy when she knew that he did not forget about her. After that, both of them drank together and started to chat. It looked like both of them had known each other for a long time. She did not expect that he would become a traveling peddler. He told her his reason, and that gave her a shock. For unknown reasons, she tried to stay away from him all this time while he was looking for her. He was also surprised that she was working as a protein receiver, but he did not judge her for that. Well, this is the backstory about them. It all started when she was just a fox, and she was saved by him. After she gained enough power, she transformed into a human-like form and told him that she was actually a spirit. Despite that, he did not discriminate against her and still treated her as his family member. Eventually, she developed feelings for him and fell in love with him. However, she knew that this love was futile since he was a human and she was a spirit. She knew that she might go out of control one day and consume him. As a result, she had no choice but to leave him and run away to somewhere far from him. However, it looks like both of them have reunited with each other. Anyways, that is enough backstory for now. Both of them are going to carry out the protein time. He begins to inspect those interspecies superior genes as the standard operating procedure. Then he tries to summon some holy water from her dungeon. It seems like he has mastered prestige on that, so she spawns a lot of holy water, which is enough to solve water shortages. After that, it is her turn to counterattack, so she launched a pincer attack on his Excalibur. In addition, she also starts to clean his Excalibur the climate-friendly way since she is a professional in this. That combo attack is too much for him, and he immediately gives her a lot of farm-fresh protein shake as payment. Since protein is the international currency, and I am paying the editor using that. Moving on, he apologized to her for using protein blast all over her. She stated that it is such a waste since kids in Africa could have consumed those premium gourmet. After that, she begins to play Bouncing Simulator Interspecies Edition with him. He did not wear any protective gear because he is a Sigma. After a while, he baked her the finest protein pie in that prefecture, and she looked very happy when she received that. After that, he assumed that she was going to consume and depawn him. She assured him that she was not in her spirit form now, and he could use protein blast as much as he wanted. Therefore, he explored her dungeon like his life depended on it. They did the protein time over and over again. When the protein time was over, he asked her if she was willing to come home with him. She gave him a vague answer, and both of them went to sleep. On the next day, when he wakes up, he realizes that she is gone again. It seems like she is going to move away again since she knew that their relationship would not work out no matter what. Well, that is quite a sad and depressing ending. Thus, that is the end of my recap for this cultural anime. Unfortunately, this anime has one episode only, and it was released in 2014, so I don't think they will make episode 2 anytime soon. Well, one can only hope, right? By the way, this is a completely different cultural anime. However, unlike the previous one, this is actually very wholesome. One day, the main character is having a study session with his classmate, Okuno. He thought that this was going to be a regular study session. However, he did not expect that he would be getting a girlfriend instead. It looks like she has confessed her love to him. He has low self-esteem, so he told her that he is just an average guy, and she should find someone better than him. That made her angry, and she told him her reason. After she confessed everything, that made her very embarrassed. He thanked her for being honest. After that, he suddenly averted his gaze to her hopes and dreams. She noticed that, and she had a wild imagination in her mind. For unknown reasons, it seems like he could read her mind and grabbed her superior gene. That surprised her, and he quickly apologized to her. Then she thought that she wanted to receive a kiss from him once again. Although she was not thinking out loud, it felt like he could read her mind, so he gave her a kiss. At that moment, she is worried because he might assume that she belongs to the street. After that, she is thinking some stuff again, and he can read her mind. Well, at this point, I think we can agree that he has mind-reading power. Therefore, they want to carry out the protein time. Before that, he is very thirsty. Fortunately, there is a renewable water source nearby, so he begins to search for the holy water at her dungeon. After he has received enough hydration, he knew that it's time for protein time. Without wasting any time, he starts to explore her dungeon. When he is about to use Protein Blast, he knew that he is not ready for child support, so he managed to retreat at the last second and used Protein Blast all over her. Ever since that day, both of them are officially in a relationship. Now, one day after school, she is waiting for him at the gate. She is having some cultural thoughts again. Then he called out to her. It looks like he has read her mind just now, so he looks embarrassed. She noticed that too, but she is not 100% sure about it. Well, both of them kept doing protein time all the time, and there is not much for me to narrate, but I can assure you that this anime has a happy and wholesome ending. Thus, that is the end of my recap for this cultural anime.